Hey guys, it's Karen again, and welcome back to my channel, the Sea Moss Dispensary. And I feel like once again we're here with the VSG content. That's where my life is right now. So that's the lifestyle content piece to this channel. If you have been following me, you know that I am currently in the process of getting approved for VSG surgery, which is the vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, which is a bariatric weight loss surgery. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you kind of have tracked with me along through this process, and so you kind of know where I am. So if you haven't watched the other videos, please go watch them and then come back. But yeah, where we are right now. So if you watched my last video, you realize that I was kind of upset because my surgery kind of got pushed back. And not my date got pushed back, just the timeline of when I wanted to have my surgery has gotten pushed back because of one appointment. So you have to, in order to get VSG surgery, you do have to go through certain protocols and procedures and things like that to get insurance approval. So some people might want you to get like a sleep study, dietitian visit, psychology visit, things like that. And my one visit that I needed, which was second to last on the list, was my EGD appointment. And basically that was an endoscopy appointment where they put you to sleep and then they put a scope down your throat and check out, what your upper GI tract looks like. So see if you have a risk for any like heartburn or acid reflux, things like that. If you have any hernias, if you have any regurg of your stomach like going up into your esophagus or things like that. And then they also take a biopsy of your stomach to see if there's like this bacteria or something like that that's in your stomach, and if it is, they put you on some antibiotics so you're okay pre-surgery. So with that being said, my original date for that appointment was February 21st. My second dietitian visit was February 23rd, and then my last visit would have been with pulmonology, which would have been March 13th, and then I would have been done with all my pre-op and able to submit everything to insurance for approval. Well, on my EGD was supposed to be the 21st. I got a call stating that they had to push it back because the surgeon was unavailable. Womp womp. So with the surgeon being unavailable, they pushed it back, and then they pushed it back to basically March 28th, which is way outside of the timeline that I wanted. So they put me on a waiting list and was like, if they had any cancellations, they would let me know. And lo and behold, they had a cancellation the following week. So I was basically supposed to get my EGD done on February 21st. I ended up getting it done exactly a week later on February 28th. Now the EGD process, super simple. This was actually the first time that I've gotten any type of no, I'm telling a story. So I received anesthesia when I had a C-section with my first daughter, which was she's 15 years ago. And I got some anesthesia for that. But other than that, I've never received any other type of anesthesia or been put to sleep or anything like that. So I was kind of nervous when I went in, just because, like I said, it's been a while since I've gone through anything like that. So I kind of just really didn't know what to expect. But they were really, like, the doctors and the nurses were really comforting in that and reassuring in that area. So I went in for my appointment. They told me that from literally the time you walk through the door to the time you walk out the door, it'll be about 2 hours. The procedure itself, they said, took about like maybe 8 minutes. So literally I walked, like, my husband got called at 10:30 when the surgeon was like, okay, we're taking her back now, and they'll give you a call when she's done so you can basically pull up to the door to get her, like, once her anesthesia wears off and things like that. So he said they called him at 10:30. When they woke me up when they woke me up, because I was already in the recovery room. So by the time they wheeled me to the recovery room, it was 10:38. And so I was like, wait. So I remember them. I go into the room. First they take all your vitals, and then they give you a IV, which is for the anesthesia. And then I'm in there. They turn you on your side, and they put like a wedge block behind your back so you don't kind of roll back. And then they put a bite block in your mouth so you don't basically bite down on the scope while it's down your throat. And so the nurse gave me the mask for the oxygen. I literally inhaled twice, and I started feeling lightheaded. I'm like, man, this stuff is strong. And they laughed, and then the next thing I remember was somebody waking me up. So like I said, like from the time they called my husband and tell him that I was headed back to the time I woke up in the recovery room, it was 8 minutes tops. So yeah. Other than that, the only thing that I would suggest is like coming home from an EGD. I was like pretty much groggy the entire day. So I slept on and off for the day. My mouth was extremely dry. Like it was like I could not drink enough water. It was like literally like having cotton mouth. So if you've ever had cotton mouth or anything like that, that's exactly what it felt like. Even like today, so I had the procedure done yesterday, so I couldn't basically record yesterday because I was just a little bit too out of it. So literally even today, like my mouth is still dry. And from the research I've done and things like that I've heard, that's basically from a side effect of the anesthesia. But yeah, another thing so before you get the EGD done, you have to be on a full liquid diet for 24 hours and a full and clear liquid diet for 24 hours, and then nothing, not even water, from midnight the day of your surgery. So basically I on Monday when I woke up, I was on full liquids. Listen, I got barbecue sauce like over here, so don't worry about me. Just when you think like, oh, I'll keep my clothes clean today, it's like, haha, joke's on you. But anyway, yeah, like barbecue sauce or honey barbecue sauce. Either way. So yeah, when I woke up on Monday, I was full and clear liquid. So I basically drank like a protein shake, sugar-free Jell-O. I had water, of course, tea. I had some veggie broth. And then I had one last smoothie that night. And so they just don't want you to have any type of food particles in your GI tract when you have the surgery. And then when I got up that morning, normally when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is like chug water. So the fact that I wasn't able to do that yesterday morning was kind of upsetting. And then and then after the procedure, my mouth being as dry as it was, not being able to drink enough water. Yeah, so either way, my throat was a little bit sore. And then because I hadn't eaten any solid food for like a day, I was like, oh, well, I need something to eat. So I know I had made salmon like a couple days before. So I'm gonna just make me a little sushi bowl type of thing. So it was like some salmon with sriracha and Kewpie mayo, some rice, and then like I had some leftover spinach, and I was gonna eat that with some seaweed chips or seaweed snacks. When I say do not do that, would not recommend, 0 out of 10. That rice going down my throat, my dry throat, I just wouldn't. Don't do it. Do not do it. Like my husband ended up having to go get me like some soup. He got me like some chicken soup from like Panera or something like that. And I drank that and ate that for the rest of the night. But do not do what I did. Like after that scope, do not go try to eat anything coarse. So the thing is, like, I can eat the salmon and chew the salmon enough for it to go down because it is kind of moist. But that rice literally almost took me out. I got to coughing and choking. I almost tried to throw up. Like, no, do not do that. But yeah, so that was my scope experience, or my EGD experience. All good. So now that's out of the way. My next appointment, which is pulmonology, which was scheduled for March 13th originally. I called and got it moved up to March 7th. So that is what I thought would be my last visit. And then comes to find out, like, I had my 2 dietitian visits that are required by my insurance, but you have to get approval from the dietitian in order to submit all of the paperwork to the insurance. So I do not have dietary approval. I have another appointment scheduled March 21st, but she scheduled that appointment with in mind that my other appointment had gotten moved to the end of the month. So I'm calling the office now to try to get that rescheduled. But she said basically she's going to approve me at the next visit. And the next visit is where we go over like vitamins, and your eating and water intake and post-op instructions and things like that. So I'm going to call and see if I can get that moved up a little bit sooner. Because like, if I'm going to be completely honest, like I wanted my surgery in March. And like, that's just what I wanted. And like, if I get it in April, you know, okay, but like March is when I wanted it. So I'm gonna see if I can get that schedule moved up. And then yeah, like I'm saying at the end of each video, like once the surgery day comes, the videos will become more regular. We can talk more regular. And we'll have more interesting content as far as like, you know, what I eat in a day. I'll do some story times. We'll start having before and after pictures and things like that. But yeah, so like if you're interested wanting to be on this journey with me, if you're in the process of getting VSG surgery as well and you have some questions or it's some topics you guys want to see discussed, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Thank you guys for tuning in and see you later. Bye.